everybody, and welcome to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman in the house. Let me know if the audio is okay, because I can't actually hear it on my end. So let me know. We've got a few people in the house as well. We've got Hex Hodl. Hey, does that figure include Hex sales? We're going to talk about that. And we've got Book in the house as well. Made it to the live. Woohoo! Welcome, Hexy people. Nice one there, Wookie. And of course, Katie in the house as well. Hey, all. Woo! Good to see you, Katie. So get into the chat there, folks. I've got a poll up at the moment, which is pretty cool. So get in there. We got, are you buying crypto at the moment? Yes. Waiting to time the bottom, in quotes there. Obviously, timing the bottom is not cannot always be perfect. So see how you get on. We have had a pretty big pullback in the bear market, so you might get that right. No hodl, 20%, and of course, risk off, all in stables. In other words, you sold all the crypto maybe some time ago, maybe now, and you're all in stables. Let's see. So cool. We got 10 votes in there. Get in there and vote. We'll look at that later on during the live stream. We're going to talk about the Black Friday sales, and we're also going to be talking about obviously we're going to talk about Bitboy. We're going to talk about FTX and Sam Bankman-Friedman. Some drama there, and we're going to talk about obviously Hex and some of course the PulseChain projects and things like that. So, and then of course Hex Day. We're going to talk about Hex Day 1090 later on. Stay tuned for that. So cool. What else do we got? Sup folks? No heads up today, says Brian. New bot. What does it do? It's actually for Stream Elements. So it's I'm not using Stream Elements. So really, it's just collecting data, but it's not being used for live stream. I've got to fix up a few things on the old Stream Elements. It's not playing the animation, so I'm going to have to get those right. So once I do that, I will let you know. Hello, how are you today? Says Lies Beneath, and hello EX, PLS, and Felix for the win. There says Lies Beneath. What else there? Yeah, the Elements bot just picks up whether someone subscribes, and then it flashes it up on the front of the screen, things like that. That's all it does. What else there? Sandy Beach in the house. Good to see you, Sandy, as well. Welcome. I got very dark purple today on the old theme colors there, the branding colors. So big welcome. We got Humberto. Hey, Humberto. Greetings from sunny Miami, capital, crypto capital of the USA. Very, very true. And of course, Sandy Beach. Hello, Hex Token, and everybody. Good to see Sandy Beach as well. Hope you guys are all having a good time. Let's get into it, folks. And of course, if you're coming in new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell as well. And of course, we've got a Discord. Hit the link in the video description if you want to join our Discord. If you like good information and good community in crypto, then definitely join us. I'm sure that Brian or somebody, KD or somebody, will post the link in the chat there as well. All right, so we've got US Black Friday online sales hit a record $9 billion despite high inflation. And this is from Adobe Analytics. So we're going to have a quick check of that. We got US shoppers spent a record $9.12 billion online Black Friday. A report showed on Saturday, which is pretty cool. And as consumers weather the squeeze from high inflation and grab steep discounts on everything from smartphone to toys, which is pretty cool. Now, hopefully I'm getting my new microphone early next week. And, of course, that's a Shure microphone. They're on sale big time, so that was a good timing for that. Online spending rose 2.3% on Black Friday, Adobe data said. And, of course, the Insights Adobe Analytics said, thanks to consumers holding out for discounts until the traditional big shopping days, despite deals starting as early as October. They seem to always, have you noticed this? They always seem to stretch out those deal timeframes. And of course, particularly around Christmas, right? Christmas always seems to start earlier. Although I must say it hasn't started that early this year, from what I can tell. With things, people putting up lights and stuff like that. Online spending rose 2.3% on Black Friday, Adobe Data Analytics said. So that's pretty cool. Adobe Analytics says, which measures e-commerce by analyzing transactions at websites, has access to data covering purchases at 85% of the top 100 internet retailers in the United States. I must say that whoever's writing this stuff needs to do a bit of work on their old paragraphs here. It had forecast Black Friday sales to rise a modest 1%. I don't know. Why did they put that up by itself in its own sentence? Who knows? Adobe expects Cyber Monday to be the season's biggest online shopping day. So Cyber Monday to be the season's biggest online shopping day coming up. And, of course, I guess driving $11.2 billion in spend. Now, I actually haven't heard of the Cyber Monday. Let me know in the chat if you've heard of Cyber Monday. I hadn't actually heard of that as being a big sales thing. Consumers were expected to flock to stores after the, this thing here. But put a damper on the in-store shopping over the last 2 years but Black Friday saw more stores draw less traffic than usual with sporadic rain in some parts of the country. So obviously not physically going to the brick and mortar shops as much, but online was booming. Americans turned to smartphones to make their holiday purchases, with data from Adobe showing mobile shopping represented 48% of Black Friday sales. So if you're doing sales out there, you definitely want to get your mobile app up, or at least get your products on mobile apps, because that's where it's all at. So cool. Hopefully we'll get Elon Musk doing a phone one day soon in an app store. That way we can get around all the manipulators and the blockers there with Apple and was it Android? All right, cool. So that's pretty much it. Let's get into the old crypto. And of course, actually, no, we actually had a question in the chat there at the beginning from Hex Token. Hex Token says, does that $9 billion figure include Hex sales? Well, if you adjust it, Hex Token, yeah, it will do. So we've seen that 26, we had 2.62 million in volume for Hex. And of course, the 25th there, 3.13 million. So you could adjust that figure for that and include that, and then you'd have your figure. So this is going to be slightly different from 3 billion. I thought Hex Token might like that one. So cool. So that was Hex Token's question there. They've answered that one. Nice one, Hex Token. All right, so cool. I'm sure he appreciates that. What else do we got? Magnus in the house. Hey, Magnus, good to see you. Hey, Superman, good to see you as well. Yeah, here's the Discord link. Brian's posted that if you want to join. Really, if you want a good community, good information, join. Torstein says, be aware of Hex giveaway scams on YouTube. They offer you $500 in Hex, but want you to approve permission to allow them to take your USD Tether. Yeah, be very careful of scams. Very few things are genuine giveaways. And very good point there for Tortoise Johnny. Hodl that Hex. Don't compromise your Hex wallet. Protect it, especially in your sacrifice wallets. Protect them very well. Don't go after pennies in front of freight trains, as Richard would say. I helped that number, says Sandy Beach. Well done, Sandy Beach. I wonder what Sandy Beach bought. Tortoise Johnny says USDT. Yeah, I got that one. That's cool. I did some online shopping too, says Sandy Beach. Very good. HOA in the house there with the beaches for Sandy, I guess. Yes, I love Cyber Monday, says Sandy Beach. What else do we got? Blobfish King as well. What's this there? Hi, everybody. Good morning. My son got a good deal on a monitor. More value for your dirty fiat. Yeah, that's true. Well said there, Blobfish King. Living on Crypto says, g'day, Hex family. Yep, Elon building a phone. I would buy it. Yeah, I think a lot of people want that freedom. And so far, he has been doing what he's been saying. In fact, he's actually being more aggressive online. He's getting more aggressive all the time with his freedom positions, which is really nice. Christmas cards. Nice one, Sandy. So Sandy bought some Christmas cards there on the old sales. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to crypto. We've got BTC at the moment. We're going to close out those. BTC at the moment, $16,440, and it's just down 0.5%. So still holding. The hammer has not quite fallen yet. Boom. Has not quite fallen yet there. We've got Ethereum at 1,200. We've got BNB at 311. BNB has been a stellar performer, really benefiting from just about everything. Biggest balance sheet, centralized exchange, CZ is dominating at the moment. We've got, what else we got here? We've got Crow. Crow is down 1%, 1.3%. USDC is stable, pegged, and of course USDT just slightly under still. Every time we look at it, it seems to be just slightly less than pegged, but pretty close, so it's not too dramatic. What else? We've got the Dogecoin there, down 0.5% at 8.8. It had a little rally yesterday, Dogecoin. Litecoin there is up 3% to $76. And of course, we saw that stuff. So Litecoin's kind of been, I don't know, it might be one of the more favored ones moving ahead. So like Solana, of course, has a lot of drama with Solana. And let me just get up Solana here, $14 and 16. And of course, a bit of drama there with Bitboy calling out Solana and potentially associating to FTX manipulation there as well. So stopping the chain. You know how we had all those stops of the chain with Solana. So talking about that. So that's some of the highlights there. He calls Bitboy calls ADA the opposite of Solana, but the price is doing the opposite at the very moment. I do think Solana was down just earlier, but there seems to be recovering there as well. That's kind of where we're at the moment. And of course, we saw the TRX drama with about the exchanges, and that was a false rumor there with Poloniex. So cool. Let's jump over to Bitboy. Bitboy has been active he really is getting very, what do you call it, really challenging. He's getting really challenging people. He's trying to hunt down this FTX and Sam Bankman-Friedman. Now, he's been pretty busy on that. So we can actually see that he's been doing a lot of this sort of stuff, and he's in the Bahamas chasing down Sam Bankman-Friedman because it doesn't seem like the legal authorities are doing it. We've got newspapers glorifying Sam Bankman-Friedman as some sort of hero that unfortunately failed instead of some fraudulent scammer stealing everybody's money. And of course, that's where we are at the stage. So he apparently is Bitboy in Bahamas. He flew over there, got his wife's permission, and here he is. So apparently this car here, this Toyota, is apparently Sam Bankman-Friedman's car, apparently identified on Twitter. So he's having a look at it. He sees that there's some sort of, I guess, computer in there, MSI, I think, maybe some sort of laptop, umbrella in there, a few clothes smothered around the place, and of course, then some pills there. So he put this out, asking people what these pills might be in the front seat of the car there. So yeah, for a young guy like Sam Bankman-Friedman, have so many pills, unless he's got some medical conditions, then that'd be pretty unusual. So that's kind of where he is on that one. The other one, of course, that was 2 hours ago. And here, of course, Sam unblocked me so we can talk. He's trying to talk with Sam Bankman-Friedman. Here he is, apparently in the Bahamas, outside of Sam Bankman-Friedman's condo. It's funny, he's driving this banked up Toyota Corolla or something, and yet he's living in this $1 million, looks like $1 million condo apartments, multi-million-dollar condo. I don't know how much they are, but they're probably pretty expensive. With a yacht marina out the front of them. So there we are. Apparently, he got Ben Armstrong, hashtag Bitboy Crypto, apparently got pushed out by the security guards out of the place, trying to get to where Sam Bankman-Friedman was. Apparently, Sam Bankman-Friedman also apparently opened up the curtain, so Bitboy was pretty confident that he was aware of that they were outside. Obviously, on the social media, Sam Bankman-Friedman probably keeping aware of a lot of things going on, particularly with Ben Armstrong being one of the biggest crypto YouTubers. So that's kind of sort of stuff happening. Now, we do have a video to play for this, so let's listen to the video of Ben Armstrong there looking up at Sam Bankman-Friedman's apartment, trying to hunt him down and get some flesh this out, and of course possibly get some adjustments here. So cool. We've got a couple of comments in here. We got Living on Crypto says Bitboy calling on SBF apartment classic. Yeah. So let's have a look at the video.
Boom. Where are you? We're looking for you. We just want to talk, Sam. I know that's where you're at, buddy. It's okay. Sam, in all seriousness though, we just want you to come tell your story. Unblock me on Twitter. Come tell your story. Let's talk. I'll come up there. I'm not scared y'all are gonna kill me. It's gonna take a lot for y'all to do that. I just want to talk. That's all. Or you can come out down here. It's fine. You can come out down here. We're down here by some yachts. I mean, check out these nice yachts over here. That's a famous yacht right there. But we're just out here. That's all we want, man. Just come talk.
So there is Bitboy outside of Sam Bankman-Friedman's a condo. I guess you call it a condo out in Bahamas there. So pretty funny. And he's certainly been, if you go to Bitboy's Twitter, he is just constantly diarizing his progress there, plus a few other things around Solana, criticism of Solana. Sandy Beach says, if I can't see the markings, if I can see the markings, I can identify the pills. Says Sandy Beach. Okay, cool. So I'll post a link to that tweet, copy link to the tweet here if you want to check that out. Bam, that is the old Bitboy link there. All right, cool. We got a few other people. We got Lies Beneath in the house. Good to see you, Lies Beneath. And I need the markings. Yeah, there's the markings. So I've sent you a link to that tweet there. You can have a look there, see if you can see any details. Let's jump over to the rest of it. Of course, that is what's happening with Bitboy. And of course, trending on Twitter as well. Trending on Twitter. Now we're going to get into Hex, of course. Hex.com. If you haven't checked it out, the link's in the video description. Make sure you do your own investment due diligence, and nothing on this channel is investment advice. But of course, check it out. And if you want to join our community, I've got any further questions after you check it out, get into our Discord and chat away. We've got great mods and people like that that can help you out. Let's get into the Hex price at the moment. So this is the Hex chart. So I think must be around about 336 days, something like that, since the top of the market. So we've been in a long bear market, extended bear market for Hex, and I think we've obviously Hex is famous for being pretty much one of the very best performers in the bull market 2020, 2021. And of course, up 10,000x and from the low of 5th of January 2020. We've probably been down as low as 22x down. And at the moment, we're currently at 2.7 cents, which is holding up still pretty well. And we'll see where the bottom is ultimately. But obviously, I consider this kind of accumulation zone, but certainly something you have to consider and not investment advice. But here we are at the stage after this big pullback, down to about 93, 4%, something like that. I think 94% at the moment. So 2.7 and just moving sideways here. So cool. We had been sitting over up at around about 3.2, 3.3 cents in this zone here. And we just broke down through that here after a big whale. We had a big whale sell in here, and that pushed us down and tested the bottom as well. So cool. Sorry, this one here. So this big wick down here on the 7th of November, we got down to 2.29. And of course, that's where we've been at the bottom. At the moment, we're at 2.7 cents. Not a lot happening at the moment in the space, so very quiet this time. And we're still expecting to find the crypto bottom, right? The crypto bottom in the market. So cool. In terms of big macro issues, we've got the PCE inflation October results coming up on the 1st of December. And that's only a few days away. And this candle here is about to finish in 13 minutes. So this is, we'll have a new candle pop up here soon. But at the moment, we're only about 4 days away from the PCE inflation. Now, this is relevant because this is a broader measure of inflation around GDP. And of course, this is what the Fed's using to target that 2% inflation target they have. So this came in at 5.1% in September, and we're hoping that October results come in lower, as they probably will do with the headline inflation having dropped from 8.1 to 7.7% in October. So on the CPI, so we'll be looking forward to that. It'll be bullish for the markets, and may contribute to all that weaker economic data around the Fed pivoting with the interest rates. So that's kind of cool. On the 3rd we're only 5 days away from Hex's 3rd birthday, which is absolutely fun. We're going to certainly try and do something fun on this channel to celebrate the Hex's 3rd birthday. And of course, we'll be in our 4th year, which is awesome. I think that's just fantastic. 4th year, man. Just crazy, man. And then, of course, by the time we get up to the 14th of December, that is the final rate hike of the year for the Federal Reserve. And we're hopefully looking for a beginning of a bit of a pivot at maybe 50 basis points increase rather than 75 basis points. We've had 4 75 basis points rises. And, of course, the federal funds rate is now up at around 4%. And so another 50 basis points, that'll get it to 4.5%. We're hoping the terminal rate will be, probably 5 to 5.25. Maybe we'll get a couple quarter point rises. We'll see how we get on. But the lower that is, the better. But I suggest to you that they'll probably be get that terminal rate up, at least up to maybe around that 5.25%. I'm not too dovish, as it were, on that one. I still think they're going to be a bit more aggressive than people think. So I think that's kind of where we are at this stage. We did watch a commentary yesterday about 50 basis points in December, 25 basis points in February, but that would only get us to 4.75%. And even if the PCE inflation rate drops below 5, I still think they're going to take those rates higher. And so I think this is reasonably expect us to at least get to 5 to 5.25%, which would mean that 50 basis points in December and maybe another 25 to 50 basis points in February and maybe 25 in March, something like that. We'll see how that plays out. But the lower the inflation, the weaker the economic indicators, then the less aggressive the Fed has to be, and they can pivot earlier. Now, obviously, the market will really rally when they decide to eventually, how long do these rates, once they get to that terminal rate, how long does it stay up for? Does it stay at 5% for 6 months, and then it comes down once the data starts coming down even more with the inflation? Because remember, it's quite a blunt instrument on inflation, so we'll see how that plays out over time. And maybe when we get that pivot, true pivot, is when the market, those interest rates decide to come back a bit, and the market could really rally on that. All right, so cool. That's kind of some of the thoughts there. Now, PulseChain testing at V3. When 1 day closer, 2 weeks closer, we'll just wait to see. Now, I'm sort of in the camp where I don't understand why it would take too long to fork the ETH proof of stake. I know that they've got 0.25% fee in there. I would presume that that's not overly difficult, but I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. All the parameters like the S-load function, they can just change those. Doesn't seem much to me. So we'll see how we get on with the PulseChain testnet there. hopefully sooner than later, we will find out. I do think they're having some problems with the BSC version, so I think that was going to be an issue, and of course potentially a critical one. But I think we're in a much better place now with the ETH proof of stake forking. I think we've got to be pretty happy about that. So when we'll get it, we'll see. I've got here Richard Hart announces here the ETH proof of stake. This was way back on the 9th of October. That was on Hex Socials show. I played that video several times. So now we're about 48 days since that announcement. So what would 90 days be? 90 days. Obviously, they were probably working on that before that, since the fork. Been working on that. So 90 days would be the 7th of January. 7th of January. So could we reasonably get, if we don't get a PulseChain testnet before Christmas time, which would be a nice Christmas gift, could we reasonably get it in January? That'd be pretty cool. I'm sure the market would be happy about that. That'd be super bullish for Hex in my view as well. I do think that once we get the Fed past the Fed rate hike and we have that lower basis points, that might be a trigger pre-Christmas for a little rally. So hopefully we'll get either a pre-Christmas rally or a New Year's rally. That'd be pretty nice. So there's a bit of hopium there from my point of view. All right, so let's get into some of the comments in the chat on that one. We've got Bitfinex is in house, says cranberries are the most cancer-killing fruit on the earth. I'm not sure what. That's pretty funny, man. What else there? Bitboy is hilarious, says Hexodal. This stuff is going to be funny. What? As BB, Bitboy stalking Sam Bankman-Friedman. True. He's making a real drama of it, that's for sure, there, Hexodal. What the heck? Bitfinex? What are you talking about? What's Bitfinex? I'm not sure what Bitfinex is talking about. All right, so cool. All right, so cool. What else there? We got some random stuff there. All right, so cool. We've got Dipcatcher also talking about Hex at the moment. He's got a Dipcatcher algorithm on the Hex weekly chart. Has me feeling it may be time to load up the truck in the coming weeks. And so that would fit pretty well with my view about Christmas that I've had for a while. We may get a Christmas rally on Hex. We'll see. And of course, we still haven't had the bottom of the crypto market though. Probably still not have the bottom. We're still expecting 14K, 12K, 11K in prey. That has not played out quite yet. We're still holding up hot resistance there at 16,457. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So that is the old Hex there. Now, obviously, this is Dipcatcher's one here. Now, this is using, I think, a Bollinger Band technique to do this chart. So he's got some sort of Bollinger Band technique in here. He's been adjusted it with a couple different methods there. But he's kind of calling that maybe the next couple of weeks is a good time to pick up some Hex. Make sure you can check that out as well. I'll post the link to that tweet in the video description. So he's all over the place with that stuff. So check that out. Who else is in the house? I'm still trying to work out what Bitfinex is talking about. Hello, Jim Rat Crypto in the house. Hello, family. Good to see you, Jim Rat. And great to be listening. God bless, says Jim Rat Crypto. Hey, nice one there, Jim Rat Crypto. And Sandy Beach is shouting out, Jim Rat Crypto, says Sandy Beach with the exclamation marks. That's pretty cool. All right, so cool. Welcome. All right, so we're going to jump over there. So we've got that happening with Dipcatcher, which I thought was kind of cool. I thought it was a different perspective. Actually, I'm missing. Where's my? Let me just pull this up. When I've got that there. I must have closed it down. Let us go to Il Capo Crypto. Now, Capo Crypto has his latest update, which was 14 hours ago on BTC. No changes, it says. It looks bearish, though. Consolidation below June's low, with lower lows and lower highs, supply coming in and people turning bullish without a reason. And that's a good point. There's no real reason there. Altcoins could drop 50% during the capitulation event. Crack coins even more. Stay safe. So still holding on to that. The timing has not been perfect. The timing's always pretty hard to get. But obviously, we're 2 weeks. He was kind of calling it in his original chart around about the 16th, the 17th. We're now on the 27th, so about 10 days late from that. But I think the conditions are still fitting well into what he's saying. So still expecting that potential bottom of 12K to 14K. And likely with the 12,000, likely with a wiki says, 14K for HTF candle close. And that's kind of a zone there. So maybe wick down to 12K and then back up 14K. That's kind of where you're feeling, and that would be the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's the absolute bottom that he thinks is going to happen there. Now, obviously, Rich Hart talking about 11K and Prey. Now, we do still have the FTX and contagion issues, so we'll have to see how severe they become. And, of course, we do have the Binance saving fund, but typically those funds are always too late, and they may not be saving the right people, right? So that's the other thing. Maybe people don't put their hand up because they don't want anyone to look at their balance sheet and stuff like that. So we'll see. That's some of the highlights there around crypto. The Whalebot, let's have a look at Hex Whalebot. So we've had quite a bit of commentary here around Hex. The Whalebot here, the last 24 hours, we've had some in stakes and things like that. So let's jump over to, we had Kinetics. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this actually. So Hex is not being a security. So Kinetics did something on Discord Syndicate yesterday with the Hex crowdfund Ethereum address for a declarative to get a declarative statement from the SEC regarding Hex not being a security. Now, Wise Token, which was originally on the ETH chain, one of the biggest liquidity pairs, obviously. I'm not sure if it's still holding their top position. They actually got the community raise funding for a letter from a top solicitor that deals with this to get that, and they got that paid through. Now, this is probably a step further here with the declarative statement from the SEC, and so this is they've got address here, OXBC, and of course 06B4. Anybody? They've also got comments about Hexologist, obviously with the drama with Joker's video. Obviously, we try to be no drama channel on live stream here. No roast Hexologist anymore. They say, I wish we could have come out sooner, but he paid for the legal defense for 10 Hexkins. Thank you. So obviously there was not only the money raised, which was about 26,000, but also on chain analysis showing something like $250,000 here and $250,000 there. So it looks like it has been used to help out YouTubers here. Now, it says 10 Hexkins, so I didn't realize that 10 Hexkins had actually received a letter like that. And the only two people that I'd known had, or at least the people that I knew, were Hexo, were Joker, and of course, actually three, Maddie Allen. So those are the three that I knew, but obviously possibly Kinetics and others have had, or at least Discord Syndicate and RG3 and stuff like that have probably had them too. So it looks like there's a fair amount of them if there's 10 of them. So that was interesting news there. So anyway, you can support that with the address here. So I did retweet that yesterday, so you can check that out as well. That is the details. Discord Syndicate is awesome, says Sandy Beach. Always trying to help us. Yeah, they're always trying to help. I think they're also doing stuff around the Hex Investment Trust as well. So hopefully we'll get more information on that too. So they've been doing a lot of cool stuff around that space. No drama channel, says Lies Beneath. That is true. Hello, familia, says Christian. Hey, good to see you, Christian. And there is the link to the tweet if you want to consider helping with the declarative statement for the SEC. This could take a bit of time, and will probably take a fair amount of money for lawyers and things to process, but I think it's a move in the right direction there as well. Now, Richard Hart already did at the beginning of Hex before it launched, got legal opinions and what else, audits and things like that, all covering off a lot of these things at the beginning. You can find all those on hex.com if you want to. All right, cool. Let's jump around there. That is pretty much that. Let's get into Hadron. And, of course, Hadron there is currently at 2,129. Pretty like Hex at the moment, just sort of trailing along down the bottom there. And, of course, we've got 5 zeros. Now, if you haven't gotten to our poll, we've got our poll at the moment, which is around what you're doing in crypto at the moment. Are you buying crypto at the moment? Yes. Waiting to buy the bottom. No hodl, and risk off all in stable coins. So even if you're all in stable coins, you can have a little bit on the market. So this is like pretty much mainly in stable coins. So Hadron at the moment is at 2,129. We didn't have that big parabolic on there. All our bullish signals all broke down. And of course, we went down to as low as 1,865. Back up at 2,129 at the moment. We've still got the Hex HSIs. They're just going to keep going and going and going. But we did get through a lot of the main stuff. But we've actually got quite decent options going all the way to Christmas, here. So this is going to be a lot of fun to that point. Now, there are opportunities for people. There are a lot that haven't been put into auction. We're going to check that out too. But let me log on to my account here. I'm going to get into our test wallet that we use for this live stream and check out some of this. Let me just change it over to that one, and we're going to go into Acosa. Let's go to the Acosa app here. We're going to launch the app and get in there and have a look at the HSIs, see how many are up and running at the moment. I don't think we've had that many people in the chat there to say that they've been participating in these Hex HSIs. Let me know in the chat if you've actually bid on any of them or you've won any of them. Let me know in the chat. That'd be really, really cool. Wait for this to populate. Hope it's going to populate in time. Let's try that one more time. One more time. Very nice. As we said, very nice. All right, so borrowed HSI Hex stakes. We're waiting for that to populate, and we're going to have a look at the auction house. And I'm waiting for it to populate up here. Auction house. Hashtag Superman. Superman copyright, whatever it is. Patented. I don't know. Active HSI Hex stake auctions. And, of course, we're waiting for that to populate. Hopefully it's going to come back. We'll come back to that in a minute. Dev Huey here, the 6th biggest HSI auctions 20 hours ago. 501 T-shares or 3.86 million Hex was out for auction. So that was kind of cool. So that was actually, let's have a look at those pictures there. I don't know if we've got that on the that one there. That's the big one there, that 3.8 million. So that's the 6th biggest one that was up for grabs. 555, no bonus in it, but had 3 billion on it. I'm not sure what it went for though. So that was 20 hours ago. I think that's it from him. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it from Dev Huey. We're waiting for these auctions though. They're not populating at the moment. Not sure why that's not popular. It's the first time they've had that happen. Let's jump over to the Hadron and have a look at the burning, what's going on. This is hexmodel.com. And you can find all these links in the Discord under useful links. Useful links is the place to be. And you can check all those out. It's good to get familiar with them if you want to know the whole ecosystem. That's really cool for that. We've also got one for PulseChain projects as well, so you can check out the links for PulseChain and Airdrops as well. So we've got quite a lot of information there. We had 6.71 trillion burn, 76.1 trillion so far. Now, I'm not sure if we got the final day 274. Okay, so we had day 274, we had 11.55 billion minted, and we've had a Hadron burn 4.41 billion, it says so far. I'm not sure if the day hasn't ticked over yet. So we ticked over by 2 minutes. Not sure if it's updated yet, but we'll come back and check that. That's kind of where we are at the moment. Hadron loan, 286 million at the moment on day 274 of the Hadron day. Not Icosa day, Hadron day. So since the beginning there, I guess. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the Wattses and see where we're up on those. I'll have a look at the Wattses there. Whoa, so close to free carry. Woohoo! I'm sure that Brazzoli is going to be happy about this. $1,000 is the yield, the cost there. People should be just about free carry, $997.71. That's only $2.29 away. $2.29. Wow. And yesterday was a pretty good day in the office, $18.45. So I think that's in the US dollars. I don't think it's in Icosa. But anyway, that's pretty good. Icosa yield, yeah. Icosa yield, $1,000. Yeah, so that's really cool. Very cool. So close to free carry there. Very nice to see that. And I'm not sure what the price of Icosa is at the moment on the market. We're obviously gone down with the Hex there. We might check that out later on. So that's kind of cool. Actually, let's check it out now. That's why we're waiting. Let's not wait. Let's go check it. And if I got it up, I'm not sure if I have. Icosa. Let's have a look. Have I got that? No, I can't even see it. All right, cool. We'll have to look at it another time. Can't even see it there. All right, let us jump away from that, and we'll jump out of those charts. This is not rendering for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe I overloaded the system or something. Oh, there we go. Yay, we did it. We did it, team. All right, so 5,305 HSIs are in queue, but no one's pushing them to auction. So you got to start the auction on them. There's heaps of tiny, small baby ones. They haven't been pushed yet, so that's probably a big amount of them. Now, getting into the auction house with the ones that are live at the moment, how many we got? 93, so more than we had yesterday. So 93, and let's see how many we can put all on one page with 100. Let's do that. So some of these have been won here. Let's have a look, see if we've got any big ones here. 408,000. That almost 4.4 billion Hadron that sold for. So pretty cool. What else? Obviously better deals too with the price down, right? So that's kind of better for them. What else there? 422 coming up here in 6 hours. To 422,000. It's got 5 billion, 300 million Hadron on it so far. That might be a good deal. We'll see how that goes. 420,000 coming up in 7 hours. 434 million. 414,000. There's quite a decent. Some of these smaller ones are quite good for smaller retail plays. 40,000, 35, etc. So with where they're looking. Here's this big one coming up. 3.8 is, I think it's the one that Dev Hugh is talking about. Here coming up here, it's got 2.8 billion bid on it so far. 2.8 billion on this 3.8 million hex. So that's going to be one to really watch there. And so we'll see how that gets on. What else there? We got 390, 333, 339 there. Sorry, I got two of those. We've got 100,000. So we've still got quite a few decent ones coming up the pipeline here. 216, 337. So cool. And I think we're through 140, 134. So this is quite a few decent sized ones in here. And a lot of those ones Polly would have probably bid on, as I say. That's pretty much it on those ones. We've got 93 in there. At least probably about 85 of those are still in auction there. So that's kind of cool. And we've got anything else that we want to look at here? I think so. Icosa. Let's have a quick look at Icosa. Let's look at that. Icosa there, still playing out there. Yeah, nice day yesterday in the staking Icosa. Nice yield there. So 5.3 billion was paid out to Icosa yield. Hadron. 5.3 billion Hadron was paid to Icosa stakers. And I think we had we had 379,000 Icosa paid to the Icosa stakers. So it's pretty good day in the office there. All right, so cool. What do we got coming up? We've got quite a few coming up on the HSI auctions, so we're going to have a quick look at those ahead of us. So this is where we're up to at the moment. What day is it today? 20 or 27th, so maybe it's the 26th on here. So actually, I didn't want to do that, did I? I don't want to do that. Let's reset that. So 26. So we've got all these ones coming up here at the moment. You can see we're going to have a quite a good day in December here. We've got 1,400 T-shares coming up. 1,000 T-shares, so I've got quite a good amounts here. 1,000 T-shares. There's a few days there getting into December. We have a bit of a gap around the middle, and then of course 18th and 19th we've got 1,400 T-shares up for grabs. So as you can see, it's pretty good. The 23rd we have 1,100 T-shares as well. So you can see what I mean. All the way up to Christmas, we got a lot of T-shares coming in for auction. It's going to be pretty cool. It does thin out a little bit after that, and then of course. I don't think it's until January, February, maybe March till we have the December, January, February. So maybe February before we have another round of these T-shares. So we had 24,000 the first day, so we'll probably have about 6,000 in February or whatever. So cool. All right, let's get over to Pulse Bitcoin. Pulse Bitcoin at the moment is $1.88 for Pulse Bitcoin. Not too exciting at the moment. It hasn't really had its big rally, is it? Hasn't had its big rally yet. Let's get to the old daily, and you can see. I wish I had the adjuster here, but I don't. So you can see we had this big day, and it's come back down here. A red again, so still $1.88. Let me know in the chat what you think about the Pulse Bitcoin with the price at the moment. Do you think it's just general sentiment? Or what's driving this price at the moment? Not really, hasn't had a rally yet, so we haven't had any parabolic rally. It's going to probably have it, I would suggest, but it's just not happened yet. So this is what I expected to see. So far, it's what I expected to see. Just don't know when the rally is going to happen. Maybe it's going to wait until the 20th of December, and we'll see. That'll be quite a long wait for the rally there once the transform's over, right? Once the transform is over. Right, so cool. Let's jump over to the start mining and have a look at the details on here and see what the transform is. So we've got 3,081,000 have been transformed into asset tokens, and these of course get burned. 15,156,000 asset tokens from the transform, with 50.559% of all Pulse Dogecoin burned. That's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So that's becoming more exclusive. So cool. Let's jump over to the mining, see what's happening with the mining there. 7,126 miners. I know there's a lot of miners that follow Hex Token that are actually mining Pulse Bitcoin, so all the best to you with that. We got 18 million asset tokens there. 31,000 assets have been burned because when you do put your asset tokens in the miner, there is a burn fee, which asset deflationary. That's kind of cool. Here is the big output, of course. There is now 2,254,000 has been, I guess, mined here. Now, I do think this is forward-looking, as far as I can tell, is that when you restake, it jumps up and it shows you what's going to come out once people finish their mining period. So I think we're probably closer to about 1 million in the supply. I think we can, I'm not sure if we can find that here. Let's have a look on that one. Let's try and have a look at the Pulse. I think I've lost my chart now though. All right, so let's have a look at the Pulse Bitcoin, and we're going to have a look at the blockchain and see how much is on the second lane there. 920,000 Pulse Bitcoin there, and of course we can see that so far 2.2 million has been mined, but not necessarily minted, I guess is the way to put that. So cool. That's where we are at the moment. What else? I think that's it. Let's jump over to Asset Token Miner there. We got 2,984 ATMs still not redeemed, 1.5 million points. We've had 3.1 million redeemed with so forth. So cool. And of course, they'll be mining. A lot of people will be mining, which is kind of cool. We got 18 million in mining, asset mining there. All right, so cool. That is it. Nothing really update from Twitter there, but that's kind of the highlights there. Let's jump back to the table here. I've got to find my table now. I'm not sure I'm going to find it, but let's have a look. So cool. We got $1.88. We got asset tokens at 94 cents, and we got Pulse Dogecoin there at $4.80. Man, that's pretty disappointing. The old ASIC Pulse Dogecoin there with 50.5% burned. It's a little bit disappointing on there. That's putting pressure on the narrative. Obviously, you got to grow the community, and of course now you've got multiple tokens. So you got your ATMs, you got ASIC, ATM NFTs, you got ASICs, you got your Pulse Bitcoin, and you've got your Pulse Dogecoin. So there's a lot of competition in some ways. Maybe that's part of the thing there. We've also got the transform phase on. That's also another one there, and maybe things change after the 20th there. We will see. So we had a low today of $4.61 and a high of $4.87. Currently $4.80 at the moment near the top of the range. Nice little doji there. We'll see where we go here. Let me know in the chat. Let's have a look at the chat and see what people are saying about the Pulse Dogecoin. Christian says, I wanted to give a... Oh, let me just jump back to that. I want to give a huge thanks to Brian for the great gift. I'm like a kid and the toys are us. Nice one there, Brian. Thanks for that. To Christian there. RH retweeted Kinetic's tweet, about the declarative statement for the SEC. It's a very nice. This Hex definitely is. Shano's in house. Hey all, good to see Shano as well. Good to see it. So cool. No one's making any comments about the Pulse Dogecoin. You can get into our Discord afterwards, after the live stream, and get into our chat or start a conversation in the social crypto chat there. After that's a great place for conversation if you want to talk about strategy and things like that. Definitely get in there. We also have a price chat as well. So cool. That is the market at the moment. We'll keep watching the old Pulse Bitcoin. Let's jump over to the airdrops now. If you want to find out the airdrops that are currently on at the moment, get into our Discord. Go to PulseChain projects and then airdrops and free claims, and you can check out all those projects there. And of course, make sure you do your investment due diligence, all that good stuff. All right, so we got Zen at the moment is dropped down. So even with the hype of Zen NFT mints coming up, it has dropped down. And of course, we had another little push back up here to 4012 and back down to 506627. So the gloss are working off there. And if we probably break down past this 5,800 mark here is probably where we might head to. Now, obviously, those NFTs are coming out there. And I think the play is going to be more important. I think the NFT plays are probably going to be more important in that space for the Zen. So we're watching that. I think they're due out soon. So they're currently still on testing as far as I can tell. There's Zen. Let's go to Weight token. The Weight token there is at just over a quarter of a penny. Just a quarter of a penny on the Weight token. And so, just not doing much there. Most people are waiting. No Sandy Beach is waiting. So wait. Poor Pleb. Now, Poor Pleb, interesting on Nomics. Poor Pleb have an ad. So when we looked at the Hex price on Nomics, Poor Pleb had an ad there under Hex volume when I looked at that. So that was funny to see Hex Poor Pleb advertising. That was pretty funny, that one. We got 5,000. We got 5 zeros, 3,405. So that's 3,400 there. Managed to slow down its pull off down here. Managed to get up to 4,700. Well, that spike up to 5,700, and it's down at 3,400 at the moment. So just ticking along there with Poor Pleb. Now I think there's a 67-day or 69-day period to claim the Poor Pleb, but you can check out the details in Discord under airdrops, free claims there. There's different qualifying criteria for each of them, etc. And they're not all open yet. So cool. That is pretty much on the airdrops. Let's jump over to BNB Pot. If I can find it, BNB Pot. Let's go for BNB Pot. BNB Pot. What happened there? I lost BNB Pot. Oh, that's because I got a filter on. That would probably be the problem. All right, so BNB. Let's see where the price is on our. This is our speculative play, the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino, iGaming. This is our speculative play here, and the first sacrifice project to launch, and it's been pretty successful from so far. Currently at 10.54, so about 11.5x for sacrifices. Has been as high as 29x, and here we are at the moment, just tinkering along. Nice, finding good value support. So cool. Obviously, we're waiting for a lot of things to happen. We're waiting for Powerball to come out, and we're waiting for roulette as well. So that means that's going to expand, potentially, all things equal, expand the volume of revenue coming through for stakers, and that's what we look at it from our point of view, is stakers. And so yeah, cool. Let's wait for that. So jackpot coming up here. What game are we up to? We're up to game 9,106. So we're almost coming up to that 10,000. Maybe we might hit that tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe the next day, something like that. But maybe a couple of days away. But it's certainly going up. 9,106 games. Pretty cool. Now let's have a look at the airdrop at the moment. 4,700. The lottery is 0 at the moment, so someone's calling it now. Now the lottery and the burn are now callable functions, and of course someone's been calling them all the time. They're just like little children playing around, calling the functions there. And that's what happens when you give the thing there. 76.59% is staked. Let's go to all statistics, and of course you can find out all the details here on all statistics and so forth. So. We've got the gameplay here, all the top statistics. I'm not going to read this out. I did a video on this the other day. But today, the highest value pot was 2,524. The biggest overall winner was this account here. Total pot volume was 14,850. Most used token is BNBP, the native token. And the lowest chance of a win was 3%. They won with 3% chance. So that's pretty cool for them. And so forth. So cool. We got some value there. Now, what I was going to say is that the participation wallet is now about 66.3% through. So it's getting there, almost up to 2/3 of the participation launch bonus wallet is just about given out. So it won't get paid out until the very end. The last one is 1. That's 100,000 BNB. That's really the only hurdle in terms of price, I think, out in the market, and that will have to be absorbed. And then obviously the revenue is going to keep increasing potentially, all things considered with the new products. So we're watching that. So cool. The airdrops, of course, this is coming up in 3 days and 22 hours. So if you stake BNBP, you can get access to whatever you're able to earn proportionally up until this point. So there's a big payout. 4,681 is going to the BNB stakers. So it's kind of cool. We've got the burn events. Now, this is what I'm talking about. People, now that it's a callable function, people can call it after 20 hours here. So the burn is every day. Remember, burn is every day. So whatever it's going to be, they're going to be able to burn it then. We did see some burns here. 45 was the last burn. We're at now, remember the total supply is 1 million. We're now at 997,961 after all these burns that we've had here on this page. So it's kind of cool. Last one was 45 BNBP got burnt. 23 burns all time. 2,041 BNB have been burned. So some pretty cool stuff there. Now, when this at the end of this 20 hours, this will change color. I think it goes green or something like that. You'll be able to, you could call it yourself and burn it. Lottery, of course, is potentially every week, but someone's been calling this all the time. So apparently it was supposed to be every week, and now they've got the perform thing. So it's green. Everyone can call it. It's from my point of view, it's a little bit annoying because look like you got people did 0.1 BNB, 0.03 BNBP. I'd prefer this going back to the weekly time frame, which was the original plan there. So let me know what you guys think of that. But last one there was 9. It was 1, 0.51. Yeah, I don't see much point in this being played. But hey, look, it's public or callable. But maybe people stop doing this after a while. Yeah, other than that, that's kind of cool. All right, so let's have a look at staking as well. Staking at the moment, 748,000 out of that 997.8 or something. That is actually staked. And of course, that is 76.59% is all BNBP is staked at the moment. 2,309 unique wallets. So it's kind of cool. And the value is just under $5.9 million US is staked. So very, very cool. So what we've got is the burning coming out. So the coins are getting less. We've got staking that has been slowly going up. It does include the participation wallet, though. Then we'll have to absorb that when it's paid out. Finally, when it's won, it's 60, almost 2/3 the way through. And then, of course, we can see what goes from there. More products come on. Powerball, roulette, fortune wheel, sports, prize to calls, all that sort of stuff. All of the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. So very cool from that point of view. So we're having a lot of fun watching this. That will be on a bit of a journey with this one. So it's going to be fun to see. I'd like to see that price squeeze eventually in the future once you get past that participation wallet. It's going to be fun. All right, cool. Let's get over to the Hex Day stats. I think it's probably coming out now, down 20. So we've got day 1090, not quite off the press yet, so still waiting for that to come up. Not there at the moment. So let's jump back to the Hex price and stay on there. And I'm going to get into some of the chat, see if you've got any questions. Let us know in the chat. If you've had any other news that I haven't talked about, let us know in the chat as well. Let's get over to there. Let's got the Hex price. Hex price, we had 235 buys and 99 sells, 1.5 million volume on this cheap pair here over the last 24 hours. That's kind of where we're at the moment. It's sitting at just below 2.7 cents. No Hex token channel pump today, it seems. All right, cool. Let's get into some of the comments. Who else is in here? We've got Sandy Beach says, I'm still wondering if I should change my RPC from Infura to another one. Yes, I did put in a comment there, a quick summary of K4K's video. He spent some time doing that. And so I did summarize that in Discord. So if you want to jump in our Discord, you can find my recent comments in the Rich Art Token chat. It is up there. HexiCat is doing a spaces with Boris on Wednesday to discuss this, I think, says Sandy Beach. Cool, that's good. So, hey, Sandy Beach, if you can post that link in the Discord under general when it gets posted, it'd be very cool. 1 p.m. Eastern time. Living Crypto says PLSB is paying too much not to have a rally. Says Living on Crypto. Yeah, what was it? 18%, something per month, something like that. I think I've seen statistics there. Living Crypto says Katie says weekly is way better for BNB platform. Yeah, I think so too for the lottery. I think that would be cool. I'm not sure if I might leave that one there. Katie says definitely Jacob. Sorry, I was trying to think of the name. I'm not sure if Jacob is watching this show, but if Jacob is, yeah, I might want to consider putting it back to weekly rather than having a whole ton of plebs out there calling the function all the time. You plebs, you poor plebs. All right, so cool. Looking forward to Powerball 2. Says crypto. Yeah, I am too. I think that'll be a fun game. Not that I'm playing, but you know, I think it'll be fun. Definitely should be fun to see a new game, says KD. What tokens do you need for PulsePot? Is it just a PLSP? No. For PulsePot, PLSP? No, not PLSP. I actually closed that down. Let me pull that up. We've got a list of tokens here. Accepted tokens down the bottom. Let me just close out of this. Accepted tokens down here. And hopefully it's going to populate. Is it going to populate? No, it's gone dead. Oh, great. Oh, that's useless. All right, so it's not opening there for me for some reason. There is an accepted token list. You can go down and check it on the BNB. And, of course, you can find that under our PulseChain projects in the Discord. So if you want to find that. All right, cool. I will post it. Nice one, Sandy Beach. That'll be useful. Yeah. So people talking about changing the RPC. Infura, of course, doing exactly the opposite of crypto. They are looking to tag your computer IP address with your wallet. So not good. So if you want to, I suggest that you look at changing your RPC. So cool. Let's get into it. I think that's pretty much it on there. That is pretty much the market. We're waiting for the Hex Day stats. There it is, hot off the press. Woohoo! Up and to the right. Here we go, folks. Are you ready? Are you ready to rock and roll? You reckon? I reckon. I'm ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Before we do that, of course, let's have a look at Bitboy outside of Sam Bankman-Friedman's in Panama there. Panama? Bahamas, I meant Bahamas. Panama, that's where Randy Olasky is, right? Randy Olasky is.
Where are you? We're looking for you. We just want to talk, Sam. I know that's where you're at, buddy. It's okay. Sam, in all seriousness, though, we just want you to come tell your story. Unblock me on Twitter. Come tell your story. Let's talk. I'll come up there. I'm not scared y'all are going to kill me. It's going to take a lot for y'all to do that. I just want to talk. That's all. Or you can come out down here. It's fine. You can come out down here. We're down here by some yachts. I mean, check out these nice yachts over here. That's a famous yacht right there. But we're just out here. That's all we want, man. Just come talk.
All right, so cool. That is it at the moment. Pulse Trump's coin rewards and vault says, sorry, bad question. I meant BNB Pot. Do you need that token for roulettes or just the token? The roulette's not open yet, so I don't know what they're going to be doing for that Pulse Trump. Not sure how they're going to be playing that with tokens. I imagine they're just going to have any of the tokens you can use that are accepted, and it will just be the US dollar value. I imagine it's kind of the way they're going to do that. For example, Cake or BNB Pot. Yeah. So check out the list of accepted tokens. There'll probably be any of those, and you'll just be able to put it into the roulette on the roulette table there. He has changed. Here's a lot of courage. Yes, he's definitely changed his tune, hasn't he? He's really pivoted, and so it's nice to see. I like where he's heading, to be honest, with old Bitboy. All right, it's cool. Day 1090, hot off the press. We're coming up on an hour on the live stream, 26th of November, 2022. The price down 2% there to 2.704. That's the snapshot. Remember, this is every 24 hours on your 0 UTC time. And, of course, we've got the payout per T-share is 6.272. So another good day for Hex stakers. Hex stakers get paid, and we get the penalties as well when people don't keep their responsibilities with their stakes, sometimes intentionally or unintentionally. So that's pretty cool. Now, T-share price is $680. And, of course, the share rate has gone up 6.1 today. So 6.1 is 6.1x per T-share. So it's gone up that much more. Now, obviously, you can stake out 10 years. Longer pays better is one of the features of the Hex contract. And you can get 20% more shares when you stake your Hex. So when you stake your Hex gets burned and destroyed. Poof, it goes. And, of course, in return, you get shares. And that's part of the ownership pool. So the more shares you have, the better. You get 20% more shares per year up to 10 years. So 20% times 10 is 200% more shares. So you can get this for a third of the price if you stake out longer. So it's kind of cool. So $680 and 25,160 is a share right there. We got the average stake length of 6.71 years. And of course, the average return for that period of time is currently sitting at 38.04. And of course, that includes the inflation from the contract and emergency in-state penalties. Now, remember in Hex, you are minting your own coins. So everything is operated by yourself. You're minting your own coins. You are claiming your own coins. You get your principal coins back that you burned at the beginning, plus any of the rewards that you get in terms of the inflation and penalties at the end. You mint all that back into existence. Poof, a bit like quantum physics from the quantum flux field. Just poof, out comes a unicorn. You never know what's going to happen there with the old flux. All right, so cool. Liquidity, there's little jokes there for you. 366.5 million liquidity of Hex in the pool, up about 11 million from yesterday. 9.5 million, just under 9.5 million USDC, and 1,418 liquid ETH in the pool. We've got T-shares down 2,856, as I always say every day, and I say this for the new people that are coming who are new to Hex. We have two. Hex is easy to understand. We have a reward pool and we have an ownership pool. And of course, the reward pool has inflation and penalties in it, and the ownership pool has what we call T-shares or shares in it. And T-shares stands for trillions of shares. There's a lot of shares, obviously, to do the mathematics. And of course, if you change the reward pool or the ownership pool a little bit there, then the Hex payout per T-share changes every day. Now, it's going to be fun to see this play out. At the moment, we're at 10,376,912. So the ownership pool's got a little bit smaller, which means that your Hex payout per T-share's got a little bit bigger. And so Hex is all about getting T-shares, getting that sweet yield. So if you get that sweet yield and then you multiply it by any price multiple, and then you're doing extra good, right? So as opposed to just having liquid Hex as well. Those are just holding liquid Hex are just getting slowly diluted, relatively speaking. So it's kind of cool like that. And of course, T-shares is running away from them. They're not earning any yield on it. Then the T-share rate is running away from those large holders over time. So it's kind of cool like that. All right, let's jump away to the percentage of coins. 9.69% of Hex is staked at the moment. We had almost 1.8 million Hex and penalties. Woohoo! Another good day in the office for Hex stakers. We have the wallets up 84 with liquid wallets here. To 314,072. This is what you'll see on Etherscan. The staker number, the current stakers, up 73 to 114,476, going up really nicely. But of course, we want to get to triple-digit growth, quadruple-digit growth, even 5-digit growth. That's possible when you get something that's really bullish and viral. That's what we'd like to get. Now, we've got a couple of catalysts potentially that could help us with that. Obviously, people getting out and do direct promotions more and more, the more YouTubers that are active, consistent, and of course, getting out there doing more. And of course, we've got the Highest of Stakes full documentary potentially going on streaming. So we're looking forward to that. It's currently in the distribution or marketing phase, sales phase at the moment. So we're looking forward to that. If that gets out, could get out to millions, if not tens of millions, if not even hundreds of millions of people potentially seeing that. The other thing, of course, is we've got the PulseChain. And that's a big mechanism as well. But in addition to that, we've got lots of things happening with Overwatch and everything blockchain, doing exchanges, coin listing sites, all that sort of stuff within crypto as well. So there's lots of things coming down the pipeline. Hex Investment Trust potentially going public on something like the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, something like that. That would be the next phase for that. Also opening up more and more bigger money and more people. So lots of things potentially increase this. Now, obviously, the Hex Investment Trust is looking to get funds, and then it stakes it out 5. So it's really bullish. On top of that, of course, we've also seen awesome stuff coming from the Maximus team, Icosa, Hadron, also helping and get Hex off the market and get stakes up there as well. So lots of things driving these factors as well. All right, so we've got the total holders there. The price itself, of course, being relatively, on a pullback, was at the 95%, 94% pullback is also helpful to that too. More new retailers coming in as well, a new retail book. So total holders up 209 to 512,776 is where we're at the moment. We're currently on day 1,091, heading towards day 1,095. Man, it's so close now, isn't it? Before we were talking about 90 days ago. Now we're only 4 days away from the Hex's third birthday, which is amazing. And of course, Hex will be in the 4th year after that. Isn't that cool? It's going to be so much fun and great for confidence as well as the narrative out there. All right, so cool. That is Hex, immutable code on the blockchain, and of course led the world of crypto in audits, and of course using Uniswap, made Uniswap popular. Got legal opinions on the Hex contract, the Howey test, all that sort of stuff. So pretty neat as well. So lots of stuff happening in there. Hex currently at 2.713 cents. We're going to have a Hex token pump. We've got a new candle today. So looking forward to that. And the market is still holding. The hammer has not quite yet fallen bomb on this yet. So some people are talking about $600 to $700 in ETH and BTC potentially 14 to 12K, or even Richard Hart's 11K and pray. We will see how we get on. And of course, I think we might get the Fed softening up in December. That would be very good for a Christmas rally. Bring it on, as we say. Bring on. Imagine if we get the Fed pivot. We get. I don't know if we're going to get in that BTC dumping in this time frame, but we get the Fed pivot. We get a bit more lower prices, and of course we get a PulseChain testnet V3, which would be the proof of stake version. That could be pretty bullish coming into Christmas. Be really cool. But hey, if we don't get it by Christmas, we get it in the new year. That'll be happy too, right? Beggars cannot be choosers. Beggars cannot be choosers. Big. All right, so cool. Some good stuff going on there. All right, so let's get into a couple more comments. We're going to wrap up a little earlier today. Let's get into a couple more comments here. Hex Otter says also a Bitboy stream knocks on SBF store. I definitely checked that out there. I haven't pulled that up, but definitely checked that. Did SBF answer the door? Lol. I understand that he was removed by security on that one. Missed it, but just watching now. 16 minutes says Hex Otter. Nice. What else there? Got a couple of comments there. Security guard must be a bait. Title, no actual door knock. He tried at least on live stream. Hex Investment Trust will be good for legacy finance, says Sandy Beach. And what's up, Hexkins? What up, Hexkins? Are you saying that the video is 2 minutes in for that video? So look, we could probably watch that if it is. Skip 2 minutes. And thanks, Super says Dirty Paws. Hey, you're welcome, Matt. You're welcome. 2023 is going to be so bright, says Sandy Beach. 2023 hopefully will be great for PulseChain and Hex, but the economy is most likely going to be in recession. But we'll hope for the best there. Let's have a look at. Let's hope so. Says Hex Otter. Yeah, the real economy is going to get hit. That's the thing, and that will squeeze profit margins. But that may make crypto look even better in some ways. We'll see. Let's pull up this video. I don't know if that's a video. Let's have a look. That's the one there he's talking about. So let me just see if I can pull that up. If it's 2 minutes in, I just thought it might be a bit more complicated. Let me just pull that up. think that was my own video. My own video, was it? All right, cool. All right, I think we're going to leave it there. 2.713 cents. If you want to get into our Discord, the link is in the video description. Join up and get engaged. That's what we love, engaged community. Good information, engaged community. It's the way to be. Definitely get into chat there. We also got some chats there as well. If you want to talk about strategies around crypto and things like that, get in there, have a chat away. It's always good. I think that's pretty much. Let's finish our poll. Man, there's been a couple of times I forget to finish the poll, but the poll is cool today. So we've got 57 votes. Let's end the poll. See what the results are there. Actually, we'll probably ended up finishing on normal time. Are you buying crypto at the moment? Yes, 63%. No, HODL 26%. Waiting for to time the bottom, 7%. And risk off, all unstable, 3%. So how does that feel? How does that feel there? Yes, 63. No, 26. So we add the no's with the 7 and the 3. That's 33. So 2 and 3 people are buying. 1 and 3 people are doing one of those other 3 activities. And of course, dollar cost average. Yeah, well, yes, buying could be DCA, couldn't it, Sanji? DCA is yes, you can have DCA under there. That's a sub approach to buying crypto. So yeah, 2 and 3 people are still buying from the looks of it. Yeah, DCA. That's a 2-hour-old video. Says Hex. Okay, with the security guard. Okay, nice one. All right, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream, and catch you guys tomorrow. Of course, I will probably put out a short video later on today. Stay tuned for that. In any case, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you want to join as a channel member, hit the join button. We got PulseChain, Hexkins, Rich Art Club. Definitely get into that, and of course, ultimately get into our Discord as well. The link is in the top of the video description, and get engaged. That's what we like. LS says it's possible RH could resist launching Pulse until Q3, Q4 23. Hey, he could do that, but I see no reason for it, and hopefully not, because that's miles away. That'd be pretty rough. Elias Benitez says, take care all, and you definitely, thanks for the show, says Briz. I knew Briz was sitting there around there, probably waiting for the Hex daily stats to come out with the Hex payout. That's the truth. Hey, it's Briz, you're welcome, man. Thanks for the stream, says Sexodal. Thank you, Hex Token, says Sandy Beach. You're welcome. All right, take care, everybody. Let's play out the end game. Should we play out some music? Let's do some fun music. We might as well. Let's find, where is it? Where's a cool video? All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.